Following the disappearance of a toddler for a span of 2 days, both authorities and the family began to lose faith. However, a glimmer of hope emerged when a neighbor caught sight of some activity in his yard, originating from the nearby woods. Without hesitation, he hurried outside, only to discover that it was a pit bull who had found the little girl. Charlie Campbell, an autistic 2-year-old little girl, went missing on a Thursday morning. Her grandmother, Beth Campbell, woke to find the door of her Lebanon Junction home open. The child, who lived with Beth, was gone. After disappearing in her blue frozen pajamas, a search for the blonde-haired, brown-eyed girl was quickly launched. First responders and volunteers from multiple agencies searched the woods near the home on Winding Hollow Road, hoping to find the toddler. A helicopter from the Louisville Metro Police Department was even deployed, but nearly 2 days after she had gone missing without a trace, authorities hadn't turned up any clues, leaving the community shaken. Wayne Brown was one of many neighbors desperately hoping Charlie would be found safe. For Wayne, Charlie's disappearance hit close to home in more ways than one. "My little brother went missing," Wayne revealed. He had wandered away from the home, and he had climbed 3 fences. They found him miles away from the house. It was actually my uncle that found him, and he was dead. Not wanting little Charlie to meet the same fate, the Bullitt County man spent 3 hours looking for the girl Thursday evening. With the search coming up empty, Wayne sat down on his couch Friday and began to pray for the toddler's return. When he looked up, he saw a blonde-haired girl walking up to his porch after emerging from the woods several hundred yards from Charlie's home. It was Charlie. Wayne rushed outside and offered her water as he called 911. It was soon learned that Charlie Campbell's dog Penny, who had gone missing with the child, had also emerged from the woods just before Wayne found the little girl. As Charlie was entering Wayne's yard, Beth Campbell was looking up at the wooded hill behind her home, praying for her granddaughter's safe return, and saw her dog Penny coming home. According to authorities, Penny arrived home shortly before Charlie was found, leading some to believe the pit bull stayed with and protected the child until she was safe. As Beth watched the pit bull running toward her Friday evening, she had a feeling Charlie wouldn't be far behind. "God is listening to us. He is listening," she recalled thinking, according to the Courier-Journal. Indeed, it was nothing short of a miracle that the little girl, affectionately nicknamed Mo, was alive. The terrain the toddler endured overnight was full of hard-to-navigate, thick brush, and home to aggressive wild hogs, prompting many who entered to carry guns in order to fend them off. Although she was dehydrated and covered in ticks, according to WKYT, Charlie was somehow otherwise unscathed. In the hours before her discovery, dozens of volunteers searched for her around the home. They had even searched the exact wood area near where Charlie was found 5 or 6 times. "They've been everywhere," Wayne said. "They've been all over this place, and how did they not find this child? And she just shows up where the search has been. How does that happen?" Even with all the questions, Wayne knows one thing for sure. "I'm convinced that God led her to our porch," he said. "I don't know why me. It could have been anyone, but no one will convince me otherwise. I believe with all my heart that it was the Lord, Jesus Christ, who brought her up on that porch and let her be found by us." As many continue to search for answers surrounding Charlie's disappearance and miraculous return, Beth Campbell lauded Penny as the reason Charlie survived. "This is our hero right here," Beth said, petting her pit bull Penny, who she believes stayed by Charlie's side the entire time she was missing. "When my dog didn't come home and my baby wasn't home, she was not going to leave that baby until she got here," Charlie's grandmother said, both amazed and grateful that her granddaughter was found unharmed. "By the grace of God and everyone that helped, she's safe, and that's all that matters." Alongside Beth Campbell, many others are now exhaling a collective sigh of relief following Charlie's safe return. In the face of prevalent malevolence and wickedness in the world, with people committing unspeakable acts against children, the discovery of a child who is unharmed and secure is beyond expression. Wayne Brown expressed his sentiments, attributing the outcome not solely to Penny's actions, but also acknowledging the divine intervention by stating, "There are no words except God." While stories of dogs being spooked by storms or supernatural entities were not unheard of, Killian's behavior around the babysitter seemed straight out of a horror film. Intrigued and concerned about what might be happening, he decided to place a recording device in the house the next time they left. As he listened to the playback, he was instantly compelled to contact the police.
Before we begin, do us a favor and click that like button. Also subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to be inspired by these heartwarming stories every day.
Benjamin and Hope Jordan were a happily married couple, finally living the American dream in South Carolina with 7-month-old Finn and big softy dog Killian. Making up their family of 4, their life seemed picture perfect. But while they were working hard to provide for the household and their future, the Jordans had no idea of the evil that was lurking in their home. Because both Benjamin and Hope had demanding careers, it became clear that they would need a babysitter to take care of little Finn while they were out. When Alexis Kahn's background check came back clean, the Jordans were so happy they'd found the perfect candidate to look after their home. If only they noticed the low growling sound every time she came into the house. Killian was the most gentle, calm dog the couple had ever known, and the way he was with Finn just melted their hearts. He wasn't the most courageous pooch, so they never considered him a guard dog, but he made a great companion for little Finn. One day, Benjamin started to notice Killian's behavior had taken a strange turn. His growling grew louder, the hair would stand on the back of his neck when they were heading out, and he would often stand in front of Alexis when she was trying to tend to the baby. Although he'd never seen his dog behave this way before, there was something very familiar about this. The way the dog was behaving reminded him of scary movies like The Omen, where animals lose their minds around a demonic presence. But this was their caring babysitter. She was great with little Finn and never gave them a reason to doubt her. While his imagination ran wild, Benjamin told himself he was just being silly. But after he found himself having to physically restrain the dog to stop from attacking Alex, Benjamin realized there was something sinister going on. Benjamin spoke to some fellow pet owners. They suggested it could be some trivial issue Killian had with Alexis. There were suspicions about the babysitter's presence triggering something in Finn. It could have been a resemblance to someone from his past or the smell of cooked meat on her, but Finn remained silent in her presence. However, another warning sign arose as Killian, the dog, started displaying uncontrollable behavior towards the babysitter, preventing her from approaching the house. Unable to control the dog, and with Alexis unable to continue her job, the pet owners found themselves considering an unexpected action. Benjamin contemplated the idea of keeping Killian separated from Alexis by fencing him off inside the house. However, a sudden realization struck Benjamin and Hope that perhaps Killian's unusual behavior was a warning they had overlooked. Fearing the consequences of not acting sooner, they decided to hide an iPhone under the couch to gather more information. Despite their trust in Killian and never perceiving him as a threat, the playback on the phone left Benjamin and Hope in utter disbelief. After wiping away their tears, the police arrived at the house. The recording exposed Alexis's cursing and screaming at the baby. Initially uncertain about the audio's admissibility in court, the police attentively listened and sympathized with the Jordans. However, when Benjamin played another part of the audio, it sent chills down their spines. They realized this was the person they had trusted to care for their son. The soundless slapping and the baby's cries transitioning from fear to pain were haunting. Although concerned about the audio's sufficiency for prosecution, the police took a decisive step. A Charleston City police detective accused Alexis, leading her to confess. She received a prison sentence of 1 to 3 years and was required to register as a child abuser. Benjamin expressed regret, acknowledging that he had unknowingly entrusted his child to a monster for 5 months. He emphasized the importance of background checks and questioned whether we can rely on dogs to alert us to potential dangers in our homes.
Thanks for watching another heartwarming video. Please check out our channel for more stories that will make your heart melt.